Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is September 26, 2025. And remember what Hansi Flick said about the Spanish national team when Lamine Yamal got injured? Well, you will not believe what Luis de la Fuente's response was. Also, we're going to discuss injuries, not just Barcelona's, but PSG's as well, since Barcelona are set to play against them pretty soon. And finally, you won't believe who's recovered his form. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo. I'll begin this video by discussing something I would rather not discuss, but nonetheless we have to do, which is injuries, because of course, as I mentioned today during the podcast, Barcelona have announced two new injuries. The first one is Joan Garcia, who has suffered a torn meniscus in his knee. He will undergo surgery tomorrow, and as a result, he will be out for 4 to 6 weeks. And the other injury is Rafinha, who has suffered an injury to his thigh. He will be out approximately 3 weeks. And of course, during the podcast, we discussed the alternatives, including possible lineups that Hansi Flick can use with these two new injuries. So if you haven't seen the podcast yet, make sure to check it out. Now, we're not here to talk about Barcelona's injuries because we already covered it. Instead, we're here to talk about PSG's injuries because not only Barcelona will arrive to that Champions League match with injuries, but PSG will be too, because today PSG announcing that their captain, their center back Marquinhos, will miss the match against Barcelona. It looks like he played with discomfort against Marseille, which is the Le Classique, El Clásico, the French El Clásico. Let's be honest, nobody watches that crap. But anyways, it looks like Marquinhos played with discomfort in that match, and as a result, well, the discomfort turned into an injury. So Marquinhos will not be available for the match against Barcelona. But that's not all, because there are three more players that could also not be there, starting with Dembélé. The Ballon d'Or winner is ruled out until after the October FIFA international break. Of course, Dembélé, just like Marquinhos, also played injured. But this time, it wasn't Luis Enrique that played him. It was Deschamps. Played him during the FIFA international break despite being injured, made it worse. So Dembélé for sure also out. So Marquinhos and Dembélé out. Doué, he has yet to train with the group. So it's looking like he could also miss the match against Barcelona. And then finally, João Neves. João Neves has been injured since the first fixture of the league. PSG are being very tight-lipped about it. So he's not fully ruled out, but there's a chance that he could miss the Barcelona match. But the ones that are for sure are Marquinhos and Dembélé. Doué most likely. João Neves, 50-50. So it looks like both teams will have injuries when they face each other on Wednesday in the second fixture of the Champions League, which honestly, it's kind of a shame. I think this PSG and Barcelona are the two best teams in all of Europe. And I think the match is going to be one hell of a match. And it would have been awesome if Barcelona and PSG both arrived with their starting 11. But it looks like that's not going to happen. But nonetheless, I still expect it to be a great match. Two very talented teams with great coaches, great players that play pragmatic offensive football. I think it's going to be a very, very entertaining match. It could go either way. Do I think Barcelona can beat PSG? Absolutely. Do I think PSG can beat us? Also, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll win, but I expect a very entertaining match. Now, speaking of injuries, as you know, today Lamine Yamal trained with total normalcy with the group, which means that, well, most likely he could be available for the match against Real Sociedad, and if he is, he might play a few minutes and hopefully be 100% ready for the PSG match. But here's what we're going to be talking about in regards to Lamine Yamal, because Luis de la Fuente has, quote-unquote, I guess, not fully, but has responded to Hansi Flick. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, when Lamine Yamal left Barcelona during the FIFA international break to join the Spanish national team, he had some discomfort in his back. The Barcelona doctors informed the Spanish national team doctors, but of course, they did not care. They still played Lamine Yamal against Bulgaria, which made the injury worse. So much so that he was not able to train at all after the Bulgaria match. He couldn't even get out of bed. He was in so much pain, he couldn't even get out of bed. So what did the Spanish national team doctors do? They were so worried, they sent him back home. Psych. That's not what happened. What did they do? They shot him up with painkillers. They injected him with painkillers, and then they made him play against Turkey. Because, that's what you do with an injured player. You force them to play. When the injury gets worse, you inject them with painkillers, and then you send them to play again. So, of course, Lamine Yamal came back more injured, has missed 4 matches with Barcelona, and, of course, Hansi Flick was furious, as he should be. And this is what the German coach had to say. He had discomfort. He didn't train between matches with the national team, and that's not taking care of players. He went to the national team with discomfort. Didn't train between matches, played many minutes, 73 and 79 in each match with discomfort. That's not being careful with players. So, of course, Flick was furious, blamed the Spanish national team for not, taking care of their own players. And, well, yesterday, Luis de la Fuente was asked, hey, what did you think about Hansi Flick's statements? And this is what the Spanish national team's coach had to say. Today, in my homeland, at this moment, I don't remember what Flick said, nor do I care. What a piece of you-know-what. Luis de la Fuente, you are a one huge piece of you-know-what. Not only did you not care about your players, injure them, but you didn't even have the balls to apologize for it. Luis de la Fuente, you are a giant piece of you-know-what. Now, while we're still on the topic of injuries, as you know, Gavi underwent surgery for that damaged meniscus in his knee. He's expected to be out 5 months. And while he had some visitors, as you can see in the picture, he posted this on his Instagram. Ronald Araujo, Pedri, and Lamine Yamal all visited him at the hospital. And after that, he posted the following on his Instagram saying, those of you who know me know that I'll return as many times as necessary to defend Barca and my team until the very end. And then he added a quote, a true champion isn't forged in moments of success, but in those in which they rise after falling. Thank you all for the messages of encouragement and love. Forza Barca. Gavi sending, of course, that message saying, well, he's going to return as many times as it takes him to defend those colors, that club that he loves so much. And honestly, if there's anyone that can do that, that can get through this and come back better and stronger, is Gavi, because he is an absolute warrior, an absolute lion. I wish him a speedy recovery because we need him. He is the heart of the team, and we absolutely need him back. Now, I have to say, it was pretty cool gestures by his teammates, by the way, against Real Oviedo. Araujo scoring a goal, celebrated with the 6th, doing this, obviously, in honor of Gavi. And then after the match, he dedicated his goal to Gavi. Eddie Garcia also dedicated his goal to Gavi. So really cool gestures. In fact, the whole team for the Real Oviedo match came out with the shirts that said Forza Gavi, I think, or we're with you, Gavi, something about Gavi. But anyways, really cool gestures by the whole team towards Gavi. And that just goes to show how much he is loved within the locker room. And of course, how can you not love him? I mean, this guy will give his life for Barcelona. That's the kind of player that he is. Anyways, let's end today's video with the news that guess who is absolutely killing it now. He finally is finding his form. And it's no other than Vitor Roque, El Tigriño, who is right now killing it with Palmeiras. It looks like he has found his form. Now, Vitor Roque so far has scored 12 goals and 4 assists in 41 matches. And you might say, well, that's not impressive. 12 goals, 4 assists, 41 matches. But here's a kicker. Out of those 12 goals, 8 of them, and out of the 4 assists, all 4 assists, have come since August. So in 1 month and a half, Vitor Roque has scored 8 goals and provided 4 assists in 10 matches, which means that Vitor Roque is finding his form. He is hitting his stride. And in fact, he scored 2 goals against River Plate, eliminating River Plate from the Libertadores, which is the equivalent of the Champions League in South America. And now he is in the semifinals of the Libertadores. And he's also, of course, with Palmeiras, fighting for the championship in the Brasileirão, or the Brazilian League. Which, of course, begs the question. Did Roque move to Barcelona too early, and that's why he failed? Or is the Brazilian League kind of like where he should be because he was succeeding there with Atletico Paranaense. Came to Barcelona, failed. Went to Real Betis, failed. Went back to Brazil. Once again, he's succeeding. Which one do you think it is? Made his move too early to Europe, or Brazil is his level and Europe is not? Let me know down below in the comment section. And with that, we will end this video. By the way, someone should tell him that his celebration of I don't think it doesn't hit as hard as he might think it is. He might think it's like tough. I'm a tiger. I think it comes off more as a meow. I'm a kitty. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being crazy. Anyways, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, Biscarsa.